Business Network. So much for one broadcast.
Hello everyone, it's a beautiful day to you and thank you very much for joining us. You're watching the EOM Business Network, indeed the voice of corporate Nigeria. I am Olorogo Elkanah Mowari. Today on the program, as always, our focus is on the Nigerian economy. We shall be speaking with select industry operators about their businesses, the operating environment, and other related issues. Also the lineup is Let's Talk, and our focus is on Conviola Nigeria Limited, a notable smart car solutions provider in Nigeria. On Spot On, we shall bring you a highly experienced, visionary, and goal-getting industry mogul, Ayotunde Koka, who is the Chief Executive Officer of Open Access Data Centers, a leading data infrastructure company in Africa. And on the face-to-face is a special expose on Sana Group, a diversified construction conglomerate, in a close-up with Dr. Ala Al-Gadban, a visionary, audacious, and resourceful industry captain who is the chairman of the group. It's a package you can't afford to miss. Stay with us. Research reports have shown that any country that desires capacity and quality to enhance productivity for economic growth and development must give adequate attention to human capital. Adekunle Abdul is Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Metro and Castle Limited.
People always misinterpret facility for maintenance. They are two different things. You know what I'm saying? Facility usually has to do with your everyday lifestyle, your common areas. Maintenance has to do with building materials, generator, they are very different. So for us, since maintenance is recurring, it has to do with something that you always keep using. So like a generator, for instance. The way we do it here is there's what we call the base charge. After buying your power, you pay a token for 5,000 for base charge. I don't have to knock your door. I don't have to wait for you to bring a chunk of money out for us to go and start purchasing generators. So for maintenance, we put processes in place and we think ahead of our game and ensure that proper process for maintenance is done before the thing even goes bad in the first place. And so for maintenance, I think we just try to be ahead. Don't wait for it to get bad before you fix it. That's the slogan for the maintenance guys here. So even when it's working, go and check whether it's due for service, not until it breaks down, and then residents have to come out. We've had this in the beginning where gen went off in the night. You don't want that when you're dealing with a community, trust me. When you promise them something, you gotta keep to it. So if your gen goes bad, it's your business. Now we have multiple backup generators, we have all kinds of things. You have an agreement with NEPA to ensure that the light that comes in here, it's more than what we usually, all kinds of things will play into the arrangement. And you keep getting better at it. For CSR, we try as much as possible to touch the environment first, the community first. We are community developers, everything revolves around our community. So we try to, young individuals in the community, bring them out of poverty or shed light into areas where we believe they could thrive in. A lot of people's problems are lack of knowledge, just basic knowledge. Some of them are not even finances, they just have no idea of what to do. Some of them are finances that fall within our CSR budget. So for instance, when we were to ban Okada, it was deliberate, so we knew that we had to cushion the transport system.
Metro and Castle, welcome to our world. Metro and Castle, call us now on our premium numbers. Metro and Castle, the real estate company. Olabimpe Fashuyi is the delectable and insightful Chief Executive Officer of Conviola Nigeria Limited.
Conviola Nigeria Limited is a company whereby we provide services for anything that got to do with your car. So which include fuel card, we do servicing, we do fleet management, polishing, and anything that's got to do with your car. So with the fuel card, that contacts fuel card, you have the card like a smart card whereby you load the card yourself, or you can do it online. You can call the office to load it yourself, or you can do it yourself in loading it. So once you load the card, then you can use the card wherever a system is being deployed. And it's being pinned. You have a security number that you can use in buying the fuel. So you can use it for diesel, petrol, gas, kerosene, anything in the fuel station. You can use it to purchase. So that's just it. And once you buy the fuel, you get an alert on your transaction where the card is being used, the amount of fuel you bought, and the type of items you use the card for. Also, there's a control on it whereby once you register, we have a card registration number whereby it can be attached to the car. So if you bring a card into the station and the car is not registered with the card, it's not aligned with the card, it won't allow you to fuel the vehicle. So some like it open that they can use to buy anything, any car that they bring to the station. So at the end of each month or each week, some like a transaction report to show the amount of fuel they bought for the whole week and to manage their transaction as well. So that's just basics about the contacts for a card. So just touch and go, put your PIN number and go, or some want it open that just touch and go. When I was working at London Borough of Brent as a finance officer, each month they submit their invoices, they use the post pay. They use post pay over there. So at the end of each month, they bring their invoices and we treat the invoice, we pay into the account. So I'm also, okay, there should be a way of doing this system, this type of something in Nigeria. So now, and I came on as well, my mom was even complaining about not getting the amount of fuel that she's buying. So I said, okay, there should be a control, there should be a way around whereby we can limit the excesses. So that's why I brought the innovation down there. Okay, let me put on the prepay one, not the postpay one, whereby you top up. Once you top up, you can buy your fuel. So anything you want to buy and get an alert on it. With the contactless fuel card, they can save a lot of saving on it as well. And some stations as well, during the shortage of fuel, so our customers have the privilege whereby they can fuel first. At times they give them maybe £1 off the purchases from the pump price. Also, it helps them save as well. I think they can manage their transaction, monitor whatever is being sold, and run a report and to know what amount they spend so far on fuel. And there are benefits as a budgeting as well. For me and you, I want to budget some amount for this week, for this month. That's it. So.
Welcome to the new revolution in payment systems, the Conviola technology.
Paying cash for your fuel at filling stations will now become a thing of the past. With the recent government drive towards a cashless society, it has been acclaimed a welcome idea by various sectors of the country. How does the Conviola fuel card payment system work? 1. Each participating filling station will be equipped with our modern technology POS systems, which processes fuel payments and connects directly with their bank account.
Customers obtain a Conviola fuel payment card, standard or executive, from our national outlets, banks, filling station, employers, street vendors, and other locations. These cards are used at the stations to pay for fuel already purchased.
3. Customers can load more credit on the Conviola fuel payment card by purchasing the Conviola top-up cards available in various denominations from the same outlets. They can also top up their cards using our website, www.conviola.com.
There are benefits for everyone. Filling stations carry less cash on site and will no longer be a destination for robbery attacks. Customers also carry less cash, budget better by using petrol funds for petrol. Furthermore, gifts can be exchanged by sending fuel credits to friends and family.
What more? Happy days, eh? Join the revolution today. Visit our website on www.conviola.com.
Ayotunde Koka, a highly experienced visionary and goal-getting industry mogul, is the Chief Executive Officer of Open Access Data Centers.
Quite so humbled really at both awards. The Manufacturing Alumni Award, sort of a, I guess, lifetime up to now recognition globally of what one has done, and the more recent one of the Top 25 Award. It just fantastic on the recognition, and it continues to inspire one to continue to drive innovation, change, and development in digital infrastructure, corporate governance, and general sort of development in the country and in society and in the general business field. Authenticity, just create a compelling vision, do the right things, do things right, and do that at setting the highest standards of quality in one, customer satisfaction, in delivery excellence, and also outstanding operational performance. And also, actually, it's a matter of just engaging and being part of, I would say, nation building, continent building. You know, what one does is around how we really just do what we do to world-class standards, how we being part of putting Nigeria on the map, being part of what we do across Africa, getting Africa on the map, and the developments we have across Africa. In doing that, I think the recognition and award just follows, but quite clearly the priority is just do the right things, do things right, authenticity, and continue to just drive for development both in country and on the continent. It goes some way back, actually. My entire career was in the UK, where there's actually over there as well, there's been a whole range of things one had got involved with building, so development, business transformation through technology, infrastructure transformation with some of the stuff I'd been involved with the early days of the internet, getting businesses online, optimizing businesses online. And then I had a great opportunity to come back home to Nigeria with Access Bank, and it got me really engaged in transforming banking, not just with what I was doing with the bank, in transforming it into the digital infrastructure component, into its growth into a leading bank, and broader engagement in building digital infrastructure across sort of the entire industry. I just felt that it's a fundamental part of driving development, and I'll explain why. Data centers are sort of the underpinning part of digital infrastructure. They host services and components and all the infrastructure you require and servers you require to run stuff in the digital world, in the internet and so on. And then you have the networks that support the networks that support all the other infrastructure of clouds and so on. So there's a stack of digital infrastructure that enables the internet society. The other thing is really getting engaged in the broader industry around how do we get broadband penetration. It's known, widely said, that 10% broadband penetration gives you, it's actually up to 2.5% increase in GDP. That's huge for development. Not just broadband penetration, you need to get broadband adoption. So it's a whole set of things that come together with respect to digital infrastructure as a base for development. So one continues to innovate, figure out what we need to do to get the high quality infrastructure that we require for growth. And it's incredibly motivating actually to see some of the changes, some of the progress we've made over time. Sometimes, you make a significant amount of progress, something else happens, it pushes back, and then you make more progress. But by and large, as long as the trajectory is in the positive direction, then you continue to strive and quest for driving world-class digital infrastructure in what we do. But Open Access Data Centers is part of WIOC. WIOC is a leading, highly respected company in providing interconnectivity across the continent. It's a hyperscale open connectivity infrastructure, a carrier of carriers that brings together that connectivity aspect of digital infrastructure. It saw the data center business as an opportunity to complement that capability, and Open Access Data Centers was set up about 3 years ago. I've been on board at Open Access Data Centers for 3 months now, and we've been moving very, very quickly in parallel in many fronts. I mean, the team had done an outstanding job with getting the momentum going within the business. So we have a flagship location in Lagos, which has landed the Google Aquariana cable. That is going ready for service in just a couple of weeks by the end of October. And we are building a comprehensive ecosystem of interconnect and pairing within the location over there. Now, the next stage in the significant amount of land we have that is the largest in West Africa really for data center infrastructure, is to then build out to about 50 megawatts of power capacity in the next 3 to 5 years. Across the rest of Africa, we've also made significant progress. We've got over 30 edge data centers in South Africa. We've got one significant scale data center in Durban. We have 2 in Cape Town. One of those ones is actually landing the Equiano cable in Cape Town, and also one going live just next week in Johannesburg. We'll be going live in Kinshasa, DRC by Q1 next year, which is more of a mid-sized data center. So we have this strategy of core to edge, right? Core is a huge data center that brings in all of the big cloud companies, hyperscales, and megawatts of data center capacity. Right through to the smaller ones you have, delivering content and technology to the point of consumption. I talked about broadband adoption, once it's getting broadband penetration. As we bring in 5G, it needs to deliver that content to the point of consumption. And we've been making significant progress in doing that in South Africa. And we're innovating and redefining the business model. It's not been done yet on the continent with respect to what we're doing. Now, come to Nigeria, we are driving to have other locations as well as Lagos around the country. So over the next 3 years, you'll see us with at least 10 other locations in the country, driving the delivery of digital infrastructure into the country. And the uniqueness of being able to bring this in conjunction with what has been done with the interconnect aspect of the business to drive converged digital infrastructure to the point of consumption in Nigeria, and we can also interconnect right across what we're doing in Africa. Build competency and capacity and capability in Africa. Master Power's technologies fit into that role. My name is Ayatunde Koka. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Open Access Data Center. OADC is a range of carrier-neutral data centers and expanding across Africa. So at Open Access Data Centers, we're building a range of data centers across Africa, from the hyperscale level through the medium-scale data centers. The exciting bit is over 20 edge data centers that we have in place right now. Something we take very seriously is sustainability in what we do. We do know that we have to be innovative in bringing in sustainable solutions. Our goal for when we can achieve carbon neutrality and the innovations that we need to bring in to do that, but we will play a leadership role with respect to the agenda for broader sustainable digital infrastructure across Africa. And we're bringing in some pretty exciting innovations into running these locations with IoT. We are actually very actively looking at our connectivity digital infrastructure solutions that meet the edge here at hyperscale for interconnected data centers to drive through different points of consumptions across the continent.
Welcome to the world of Sana Group of Companies. Sana Group is a diversified construction conglomerate positioned to deliver world-class solutions in industrial buildings, heavy industries, light industries, warehousing, food and beverage plants, etc. It all started in 2007 with the incorporation of Sana Construction Limited. Over the years, the company has grown in leaps and bounds, giving birth to Sana Global Project Limited, Sana Trading Resources Limited, Sana Building Material Trading FZC, and more. Dr. Allah Al-Gadban, a visionary, audacious, and resourceful industry captain, is the chairman of the Sana Group of Companies.
I used to onboard the steel structured buildings from Dubai for the last 10 years. Averagely, we have 10 to 12 projects every year, and the value is between $1 to $2 million of steel structure every year we used to onboard from Dubai. My first visit was in 2010 to one company in Dubai, and I saw the technology and became like a dream that one day can I have this in in Nigeria. So at certain time, we have a land in the free zone. The Lagos free zone also help us to give us a good location next to the Lekki port without hesitating of area or dimension. They just told me, pick whatever you want and access it tomorrow. They were very supportive to our business, which we must appreciate. And so the land is there, the know-how is there. I know the right partners to come and install the machines and to run the business. And we have the market also. So all the parameters of a successful business were there. Clients are there, machineries are there, know-how is there, and the land is there. And the Lekki board is also coming soon, which make our business easier. So why not to do it? We take that challenge. We get support from FCMB Bank also. They believe in us and they give us enormous support, which we also appreciate, always appreciate. We get then later involvement from Central Bank of Nigeria, which make also our life easier, understand the value of the business. And today we have 180 Nigerians working in the business who are mainly, I can say 70% of them, they know nothing about this kind of business before. We train them from scratch, how to be a welders, how to be a fitters, and later they became certified welders and fitters, and today we are challenging the world with our quality.
The company is built on a clear corporate mission and vision to transform the quality of construction delivery in Nigeria and indeed the rest of Africa.
The mission is to scale up the construction quality in Nigeria. We have been suffering from low quality designs and low quality supplies in the construction field. We have some collapses somewhere here and there. We need that to stop. And to stop that, we need to get the product available here, accessible by the consultants and by the user, and accessible by the authorities also to check what we are doing, how we are designing. So when we are importing from outside, things are not always checked. While here they have access to check it, to test it, to do all the tests before we get supplied. So our mission is to raise the quality of products in Nigeria. The vision is not to stay in Nigeria only. As I told you, from the first 1 year we start exporting to Cameroon. So, and we have now in the pipeline a lot of projects in Benin, in Ghana, in Togo. So we are going further in Africa, and we are planning the next step is to establish another factory, might be in Tanzania or in Kenya, but that's in 2026, 2027.
Sana Group of Companies has recorded phenomenal growth in line with its vision and mission.
Last time we get visit from the Central Bank of Nigeria. They go inside the factory, and after spending 30 minutes in the factory, I asked them that, what nationality of people you saw inside my factory? They said are all Nigerians, and they not notice that till they walk out. So they noticed that there's a technology brought from abroad and implemented in our country, in our lovely country, Nigeria, and that's my mission. And that's the goal, that's what I want to give back to Nigeria. Nigeria gave me a lot, so I need to give something back. And I think I have started achieving that.
Expectedly, the company has developed core competencies in several important segments of the construction industry, which includes project management, procurement, civil engineering, steel erection, HSSE, and more.
Usually, as I told you, the buildings used to be done by concrete or steel. Even in the steel, there's two types of steel structure systems. One is the hot roll system, where people are buying the hot roll sections from the market. That's an easy system, can be designed by most of our consultants in Nigeria and in the world. You buy the hot roll sections, cut it to size, deliver it, and get the building done, if it is a steel structure building. But that steel structure has several disadvantages. First, you have the section of the steel limited to 200 or 300 or 400 millimeters or whatever size is available in the market. So that makes the building sometimes expensive, because when your design requires 310 millimeters, you have to go to 350 mm. When the design requires a certain place thinner section, a certain place thicker section, you have to go to the thicker section all the way. In our system, we are making the sections as we need. So if I need 220 mm, I will make it 220. If I need the blade thickness to be 8 mm or 10 mm, I have that flexibility. The other advantage is that we have the raw materials always available in the stock, because we are using simply blades, and blades can be designed, the design can be done as per your inventory on the ground. While in many projects, in our experience in the past, the designer will put, for example, 610 universal beam in the rafter, and the project is a food project or pharmaceutical project, an important project, and simply the section is not available in the market. So what to do? The project is postponed, and we lose 2 months of timeline, sometimes more than 2 months if the project is not there, if the port is closed, if something delayed in clearing. In our case, this would never happen, because simply we have always the plates available, and suppose I don't have a certain size, we have the facility to change the design and convert it to whatever available on the ground. That cannot happen with the hot rolled. So that's the plus point we have. The other point is the cycle. Like our design and delivery cycle for any project is between 12 weeks to 16 weeks, no matter how big is it, 10,000, 20,000 square meters. We have built up our capacity to 50,000 tons per annum, and that make us ready for execution any project, call it like stadium, bridges, warehouses, church, mosque, whatever project, schools. We are ready to supply it at fast speed.
In its quest to achieve set goals in the delivery of world-class solutions, Sana Group has been involved in different projects.
We have two kinds of projects. Some projects we have done in Nigeria, and some projects we export outside, mainly to Cameroon. We are only 18 months in the production, and in this 18 months we exported 5 projects to Cameroon, which are 2 of them are supermarkets, and 3 are storage buildings, and 1 is a biscuit factory with a total of around $7 million value. Those are the projects outside. Within Nigeria, we have supplied and erected also several projects. I will count just 2 major ones. There are many. Some are offices. The first project was an office for Mr. Landry Badmos, multi-story office, just similar to any bank hall or bank building you see. 3-story building, and it's done by steel completely in our factory. Then OCP Africa fertilizer plant. That's also a good contribution from our side in the agricultural business that used to be imported. So this time we fabricated and delivered and make it in Nigeria with the Nigerian hands. We have done also Coleman fiber optic factory. That's a kind of complicated project. It has two floors, 4,500 square meters each, and the first floor has a crane, a heavy crane, to service the system. The product itself is new to the African. I think it's the only one in Africa doing fiber optic, and we have to add the value for this one. Somebody investing in millions or billions to bring this technology to Nigeria. We have to be his partner in construction and to do his project without looking outside to find his solutions. So we have provided him with 2-story building, crane serviced in the first floor, and if you just Google it, you'll find that it is really a world-class project. We have done also Colgate project, which was also a challenge. It is delivered in 13 months, 18,000 square meters of mixed concrete, and whenever the machines required concrete and steel structure. And currently we are doing warehouses for Lagos Free Zone, 18,000 square meters. We started this project 4 months back, and the deadline to deliver is 2 months.
If there's a way we can optimize what's present, we will do that.
Access control, CCTV.
I will stay in this country.
It's not a challenge. We have a good and fair relationship.
Subsequently, maybe from next year.
And that's about it on today's package of the EOM Business Network. Thank you very much for spending your valued time with us. We do not take it for granted. We only hope it was worth your while. Our deep gratitude to our sponsors for your continued interest and support. Always remember, with you and us, we are champs. Always join us on any of our other feedback portals, as you can see on the screen. I remain Olorogo Elkanah Moware. See you same time, same channel next week.